Hi everyone! Happy New Year! I'm going to be saying it every single day of the year because last year was something else, so I'm so happy it's back there. But I don't really know the motivation for doing this video. I just said let me just turn on the camera because I promise to be more consistent. At least a video a week besides vlogs. So let me start, and whatever comes to my heart would probably be how I've not got over my mum's death, but how I became content. So life after grief, because I'm not grieving. I'm not grieving anymore. So the thing with me, my mum got diagnosed in 2021 with pancreatic cancer. It was October 2021 when she found out, or told me. Originally she thought she had pancreatitis, and then it come to find out it was pancreatic cancer, stage 4. And I don't know, my life just changed, and then we just decided collectively that she will go down the holistic route. And she was like, no, I don't want chemo, because when we was researching chemo looked like it killed more people than it actually did save them. So she was like, no, holistically. She was getting CBD oil and it actually was working. And yeah, it just became our new norm. And then she started to deteriorate quite rapidly. And I think that is probably, before my mum had cancer, I always said to myself that at least with cancer, I spoke kind of ignorantly because look what ended up happening to me. At least people get to say bye, and you get to prepare yourself for it. So like, rather than someone just being murdered and taken away from you, or you know. But when you're actually in it, and when it's actually happening to you, oh, this thing on my face with a hole called a mouth, honestly, Jesus is Lord. It couldn't be more far-fetched from the truth. Is the most horrific experience. I almost feel like, personally, this is not generalizing, it's my personal opinion, I almost feel like someone being murdered could be a much it's horrible to say this, but I would prefer a murder than cancer. And I'll tell you why. Seeing someone deteriorate before your eyes, weight loss. My mum has been working since she was 13. Her first job was in Tesco, and she just has always been a worker, always a busybody. Will come do 12-hour shift, come back, still cook, clean, go back, drop my sister, pick. She was always like on the go, like my goodness. So to see her, that person, and then she hasn't got enough energy, so if she comes downstairs, she's out of breath, she has to take a breath, then she'll go to the garden, sit down, take a breath, like. And then from seeing that to now seeing her crawl down the stairs, to now she can't even move, she needs to be lifted, carried, she can't now even calm down. Just to see the deterioration from her being active to her being so immobile, I think that is probably the most traumatic experience that not only I've ever encountered, but the most traumatic experience that I will ever encounter. Because my mother was honestly the strongest woman and person I've ever known. And I'm not just saying that. My mum went through it left, right and centre, and I was right by her side going through it with her. But just seeing how much she protected and loved us, I was like, her relationship with my dad was not it. Not it at all. And then her relationship now with her husband, that terrible. Or awful. The only good thing that came out of it was my brother and sister. But I always said to myself, like, what always hurt me even before she passed, because I never felt like she really knew what true love was, and she never got to experience true love of a man, because my dad cheated throughout, and he was terrible because he would always take me to his little shenanigans and expect me to keep it a secret. He having a laugh. I would tell mama when I get home, yes, gosh. And then as for this idiot of life, he was cheating left, right and centre as well, even throughout her cancer diagnosis until her last day. So it always broke my heart that I felt like she never got to experience what true love was. And I remember that's how I manifested my man, because through that I was like, I never want a husband like that. Like, God, please, if anything ever happens, let me know what love. I went through it and I spoke power. I was crying up and down this room. I've already said it in one of my videos. But that's what led to that. So with that being said, then I realized that she was in love, and the only love she ever needed was us. So we were the loves of her lives. I was the love of her life. My brothers was the love of my sister was the love of her life. That's why she was always content with just us, and she was just always just like, he will leave, she's tired of him, he will leave, he's gonna leave. And then when he went to Nigeria, I thought that would be it. Come to find out it wasn't. But when he went to Nigeria, she deteriorated rapidly, because at that point she was still able to speak. She still needed help going to the toilet and stuff, but she was okay. Okay, in the state that she was okay. Like, she still was present, like, you know. As soon as he went, literally, it wasn't even a couple of days from when he arrived in Nigeria, she started deteriorating so badly and so fast. I remember the day that he left, I came back. I think I come back from work. She was like, he's gone. I was like, really? I went through all his stuff. I was like, oh my God, he's packed. Who goes away, leaves their wife in that state, and packs the whole of their wardrobe? Everything. I said, Jesus is Lord. He's not coming back. I started looking around the room. Sandy said, look around the room. Behind the drawers, I found an old onion with needles inside it. I said, Jesus is Lord. I said, Mum, I got what do you call these things? Like, you know what I mean? Those kitchen utensil, the clamp thing. So I went and got it, and I was like, Mom, what's this? He goes, oh, he found something. He said that he found some remedy on YouTube, and yeah, it's meant to help me. I said, Mom, remedy this. This is literally a mimicking of a voodoo doll. An onion with needles in it. And you know what's so funny? How the onion looked, it looked, it's gonna sound so insane, but it's the truth. It looked like her deterioration in a vegetable form. And I was like, Jesus. What did I do? I think I told my brother. My brother is, he's very into the Bible and pastor on speed dial type of brother. I was like, Jordan, look what I found behind his wardrobe. He goes, Jesus, he phoned his pastor. His pastor was saying some prayer. He goes, where is it? We got to put it outside. We got to burn it. We got to burn it outside the door. And then we spent time burning it outside the door. And then we discarded it in the drain. And after that, I thought, well, he can't touch her now, can he? Not long after that, she just got worse and worse and worse. And I was like, wow. This man never wished anything for her. For all I know, he could have gone to Nigeria and been wishing bad. And probably would have gone time because he said he went to see a Baba. You just don't know what a Baba Lao is. It's like a spiritualist, a spiritual healer. Well, but you can get the ones that can, you know. Woo! You guys, look it up. I'm not here to educate. I don't want to. I want to get through this because it just makes my blood so hot. And so then after that, fast forward, it passes, and now I'm in court because we've obviously restricted entry for him to come back into the house. So then he filed a non-molestation order, and that was 2 weeks, like literally the same day I got served. I literally, the door knock. So before the door knock, I got a call from the morgue. They said, because it took 2 weeks for my mum's body to be released to the funeral home, and they said because there was so much wrong, they couldn't differentiate what it actually was, so they wanted to clarify that it was actually pancreatic cancer. After that call, it could not have been a stretch between 20 minutes. The door knocks, boom, 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 boom. I see him out of an envelope. I'm like, hello. And he's like, hi, you've been served. I said, is this a joke? I said, I thought this is stuff they're doing CSI. I didn't know this is real life. Like, you're serving me. And he's like, yeah. And he was not meant to, but he actually gave me some information about how to go about what I got served with, which was a non-molestation order. I didn't know what it was. I just was like, molest. Jesus is Christ. You know, I just saw one word and I went off. I was like, oh my God. I've been to court, but that was when I was working work experience in a law firm when I was just taking notes for a lawyer. But I've never myself ever been summoned to court. I never knew the process. I never had a lawyer, all of this. And that was on the Tuesday and the court hearing was on the Friday. And I was like, how on God's earth am I meant to get a lawyer in this time? Literally, my mama's body got released today. So we're still thinking about trying to figure out funeral and all of this. Like, it's a lot. My gosh. Luckily, he directed me with some lawyers. I found an amazing one. And then she came and assisted me with the hearing. And we went there and that was like the first time I've seen him since like March. Because he went 5 weeks prior to my mum going. And transitioning. I don't like saying that, transitioning. And then we was in court, and just to skip that bit. So after it, we come outside, and he was like, "How can I get hold of a death certificate? Where's the death certificate? Where's the death certificate? Where's the death certificate?" And I started shouting. I started proper going on, and then my lawyer was like, "If you've got anything to say, you can write us an email." She grabbed me and she goes, "Come on, Junior." Hey, I was like, I like this. Went downstairs. She went, "Did your mum leave a will?" I said, "No, not that I know of." She goes, "This is what the case is about. It's about money." I was like, no assets like that. So I don't know what money he was trying to get. But it was so sad because your kids are in my care. He's not even cared to ask how the kids were or Javon's birthday's passed. Olivia's birthday's passed. GCSEs. Javon had to do his GCSEs. He did his GCSEs 2 weeks after my mum passed. Like, he didn't care about any of that. Like, Olivia going into a new year. So, and he would not cooperate. He would not, like, be compliant with the social worker's request. Instead, he kept on saying, where's the will? Asking where's the will. The mum had an asset in Islam. Ask her where you... I was like, Jesus. Is this the only thing you can think about? In a long station order, oh my God, in the last hearing, all he could freaking do was lie. Lie. I could not believe it. I was so angry because you can't express yourself the way you want to express yourself because you're in court, you know. Everything just kept boiling down to money. Everything kept boiling down to money. Not his kids. I will never stop him from seeing his kids. As awful as he is and as much as I can't stand him and what I think about him, because honestly I think spiritually he killed my mum. I think he was doing something he wished bad, and that's what made her death so fast, because he said to the courts that he went all the way to Nigeria to get the soursop fruit to heal her because they have it in his back garden in Nigeria. I said, if that's the case, you had cancer for 2 years, why did you not get that soursop and get them to ship it here? You had to go all the way to Nigeria to get soursop. We actually had it in the cupboard. It didn't work. It was too little too late when we started using it anyway. But I was just like, wow. And he just kept going on about the money. They're doing this with the money. And then the money. I was like, what fucking money? You would honestly think that I would put myself through all of this for a coin. It's actually horrendous. And I just want this to be a lesson to people, because I didn't want to speak about it because there's so much more that has been happening. I'm just cutting it down real short because it's not everything that needs to be spoken, you know what I mean? But the moral of the story is really be careful, you guys, who you choose to sleep with. And when you know that someone's not for you and they haven't got good intentions, and you can clearly see that they have no good intentions for you, and if you have kids, for your kids also, you need to just let them go. Because I just think my mum, by that time, she just would had enough, and she just assumed that he would just leave. So she wasn't really putting her effort into the relationship or anything. She was like, he will go, he's gonna go. But when he went, and it's almost like she sacrificed her life for her to be able to be free of him. And it's only when we was going through her document, when I was going through her documents, I found divorce papers, and everything was filled out besides this. It just wasn't sent off. And I was like, well, she's probably too weak by that time to send it. It was just heartbreaking. So just always be careful. Listen to your instincts. If something is not right, it most likely isn't right. Pray. It's so crazy coming from me. But oof, I don't know what I would have done without God in this period, I tell you. That's the only person that kept me sane is God. Prayer. Prayer is real. My good Lord. I have prayed like I've never prayed before. Prayed so hard to like I have tears coming out of my eyes. Like pray so hard that like I'm so weak I have to sleep after. I've never thought that would be me, you know. I mean, I've always believed in God. I had my little 1-2 here, but prayers really kept me and brought me to this place of contentment. And I'm just content, like I said before, like in my last vlog, in my last video, in my few videos ago, that I am content. And I think what's brought me to that moment is because I know my mum's at peace. I miss her and I can't stop thinking about her. That's what I don't like, but I kind of just have turned it around now. And when I'm thinking about it, I just think it's just because she's here. Whereas before I used to think that like it was I was being tormented. I was like, how can you make me witness my mum going so tragically? My mum literally died in my arms, and then I can't stop thinking about it everywhere. I just keep seeing her come through the door, sitting there, and hearing her. And when I'm alone, I can hear footsteps. Things will be dropping. Some smells will be just. It was like I felt like I was being tormented. Like, good Lord, like, it just felt like a punishment. It's like, what kind of shit is this? And then having to grieve the life that I lost and had before, that idea of the life I thought I was gonna have. It was a lot, but I've just accepted my reality, and this is what it is, and this is how it's gonna be. And the only person that can make it really great is me, and that is by me having faith and me just believing and trusting the process, trusting in God. Everything will be fine, and knowing that my mum would never let any harm come to us. She's been alright so far. But yeah, I just want people just to be careful, really, because I never would have imagined myself in this type of situation in life. And you know what I find really sad is how my friend said it. She did say, she was like, Junior, bear in mind, you know, after the funeral, don't really listen to when these people are saying, all these aunties and uncles that are saying they're going to be there, and all of this stuff, because you're going to really, if you feel alone now, you're going to really feel alone after the funeral, because all these people just go back to their normal lives and you're just still left there. And I was like, God, that's awful. How can someone think like that? And it really happened. Like, no auntie, no uncle has actually come to this house since. I'm like, wow. They never really came before, but you would think after all these people I've grown up with calling auntie, uncle, in the funeral, you should have seen them making a mockery. The uncle, my Susan, just crying and screaming, Susan, no! I've got you, yeah. Anything you want, I've got you. I'm here, we're here. We will never know. We're here, where? Vamos! That's where they've been. Gone in thin air. Oh my gosh. You go, get out. Oh. But I don't really expect anything from anyone, so I'm not really anything, you know. I just have my theatrics. But I don't really expect anything from them anyway, because I went there anyway. And then even when they were like, why didn't you tell me? What would you have done? Because you're not doing anything now. And it's not like nothing financial. I've never needed nothing from no one, but it's just support. Just like, how are you? Are you okay? Just seeing a friendly face and having a laugh, just that familiarity of family. Oh no, they're gone. And then my uncle died after. Like, so he died in September. He died in his sleep from prostate cancer. And he was at my mum's funeral in June, and he was, honey, it is a lot. When I tell you, I'm so happy last year is back there, because it was just a lot. And it's the start of the year, and so much new things and beautiful things to look forward to. And there's so much in this life that we have got to be thankful for. Like, I watched my mum literally fight to her last breath. Last breath. And I was just like, what a life she lived, you know? It was her time. I feel like it was premature, but I don't think she just died the way she died, because good people always seem to die in the most horrendous ways. Ugh. And they always have to fucking suffer. It's so annoying. And then you have these wicked people that they're just there, living long, making everyone's lives a misery. Oh, even after death, they're still wicked. My God. Life, I'm telling you, there's no balance. Honestly. Koi. But my contentment is now I've just settled the fact that she was meant to go, and she's happy, She's with my nan, she's with my granddad, she's with her brother, and she's with my godmother, my auntie Pat. And they were a menace together here when they were both alive anyway. We literally like freaking frack. I used to always want to be like them. They used to have the best friendship. They used to dress alike. I remember one time there was a party at my uncle's house and I snuck downstairs and I saw them both. My mum was proper Auntie Fat was like this. I was like, yes! Yeah, so I know they're together. That keeps me content. And I feel like what helps me is when I think of all the beautiful people that have passed. I love me some Amy Winehouse. I loved Aaliyah. Oh God. And then I think of all these people. I'm just like, Mom, you better have spoken to Amy Winehouse. You better have seen Aaliyah already. Like, they have access to all these beautiful people that are up there. And I know how beautiful her heart was and how loving and caring. She's always smiling. She would do everything. It's like not one of those soppy stories where it's like people only remember the good in somebody when they're gone, because I hate when people do that. Suddenly the person's an angel. But my mum genuinely, wholeheartedly was. And it could only be a beautiful place if she's there. So I'm like, yeah, I know she's the highest ranking angel. Period. It's my mum. Susan Valerie Williams. That's my mum. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like I just think of it being just a beautiful place and all the beautiful people there, and I just try not to be negative about it. Even when I go to the cemetery, I just know that when I last saw her, that's not the person that I remember. Because I remember I had a dream after that. And how I had my dream is exactly how she was prior to cancer. So like her signature hairstyle. She loved, my mum loved the ponytail. So we would slip back ponytail with like curly wavy, you know, synthetic ponytail. She'd have her hoops. She would not ever overdo makeup. She always did makeup just like she would have done in the 90s. Like, you know, typical little foundation, you know. You know, she's just basic, but beautiful. Natural beauty. I'm so happy that you guys got to experience her, like the OGs that have